What's going on, guys? Peter here again, and it's an awesome day to start doing our paint project on our 2005 Lincoln Navigator. So let me show you what we're going to be doing. We're going to start with the rims, and I went down and I picked up some spray cans of the Rust-Oleum truck bed coating, and also I picked up a gallon of this that I've got to go down later and grab. I actually paid for it online. Walmart.com, I was able to get the gallon of this stuff for $48. Compared to upwards of 60, 70 at other places. And then basically I bought a very inexpensive spray gun from Harbor Freight that we're going to try to modify the nozzle to be able to use. So I'll be filling you guys in on that and let you know how that works. If it doesn't, then we resort back to an actual spray gun designed for the bed liner. Also, with this stuff, reading online and just doing different videos that people have put out there, Rust-Oleum calls for using an 80 grit and then a like a Brillo pad with soapy water to get it down. I'm probably going to be doing something closer to that on the actual vehicle, but on the rims, what I had around the house was some 400 grit regular, some 500 grit wet dry, and I also had, I believe this was an 80 grit when I got it, sanding pad. So I hit the front edges. I'm going to show you that in a second, as well as this is the center cap here. And as you guys know, we had I had put some Plasti Dip on these rims, and I just wanted to upgrade it from there and do something more permanent. But the Plasti Dip, what's great about it is it allows you to see what something's going to look like before you move forward on a permanent type thing. So I mean, you can see here I did the bumper, and it's held up extremely well, the front, the sides, and the back bumper. And this Plasti Dip, it's extremely durable compared to what most people will tell you or what you might have heard out there. But I wanted to show you guys this. So this is taking the Plasti Dip off. This one's been sanded down. And look how great the Plasti Dip preserves this rim. So you can see here, it's been on there for almost a year now, and the rim looks pretty much brand new underneath it. I've still got some more Plasti Dip in the corners and edges to get off. So basically, if any of you guys are going from Plasti Dip to doing something like this or more of a permanent paint, the Plasti Dip, if you've got it on there really well, I put a heavy coat on, peels off very easy, but you're still going to get some spots. Well, this one I've sanded, but you might get some spots like up in these areas here where you might not have hit it as hard. If you're going to be sanding, like I did with a heavy grit sandpaper, that will come pretty much right off while you're sanding. Also, we are going to keep the rims on when we paint this, and mostly just because I'm being lazy, I'm going to be honest. And I'm going to be probably putting brand new tires on within the next 6 months. So I'll be taking it off and painting the inside then. But right now the inside of here was done in black when we Plasti Dipped it with a coating that I put on there. And so we're going to go ahead and just put some plastic bags on the inside to cover our rotors. We're going to use index cards in here. And I've got this one all scuffed up. So after you scuff it up, I'm going to go ahead and wet sand it myself. Then you're going to clean it down really well. Use some isoferic alcohol on it to get all of the residue clean, because that dries really quick. And then you'll be able to go ahead and put your first coat on. I didn't want to film all this prep work because it's basic prep work. It's sanding and then cleaning. And I figured I could just fill you in. But I might show you guys some clips of the actual spraying on. Because you do want to be the further away you are, the heavier the coat's going to be based on what others have said about this. So I'm pretty excited about this, and hopefully this comes out good and gives you guys an idea of what you can do on your vehicles. And so I'm going to go ahead and get finished up prepping and then get started on painting. Alrighty guys, so I got one side painted, but I wanted to show you and fill you in on some things that I learned while doing that. First thing is I went down and got me some 80 grit sandpaper and went over the whole rim one time, mainly because on the other side I had some areas that the paint was not sticking really well, so I had to basically wait for it to fully dry and then sand that down real rough and go back over it. It ended up coming out pretty good, but not as good as it would have if I would have gotten it the first coat. So make sure you do use a heavier grit sandpaper. You could probably get away with even like a 200 or 220 and then painting this on, but this is a very smooth surface rim with a very high gloss coat on it. So that's the first thing. The second thing is I had no way of sticking note cards or taping these tires. I had a major issue trying to get something to block the tires, so I just decided to go ahead and play around with just painting it and it worked. The tire doesn't really hold on to the paint, so I'm able to scrape it off pretty easily with just a Brillo pad. So that said, you can get away without having to tape or mask off anything if you want to do a little more work, but the paint will not stick heavily to these tires. The third thing is, when it says to spray, I think 18 to 20 inches away, you have to, and very light coats. If you try to do too heavy, you're gonna get runs, and it's a pain in the butt. You gotta wait till it fully dries and sand it down. I did have that occur too. So with that said, my prep was 80 grit, and then I used a 500 grit wet sand, and you can see I filled in the back parts with just some grocery bags, and then I went ahead and painted. I'm gonna show you on this side. I have the first rim that I did, and then I also then I went to the second rim. This is the first one. This is the one that I had some issues with, and you're gonna see some uneven parts here. But overall, very good. You step back just a little bit and it looks great. I mean, it came out awesome. It has that hard rock looking surface. It's very rough, feels very durable, but I had to resand some of these areas like in here, so I'm probably gonna hit them later on this week with some light sandpaper and then hit them again. But I want to see how this holds up first. But this is the one that I did second, where I hit it with some heavier grit sandpaper all around, and I got used to the way that it sprays, and this side came out very, very good. I was very happy. Really no runs. I mean, some of the stuff you might see, there are some slight bubbling on the clear coats on all these rims, but it kind of covered up a lot of the imperfections, which makes me very happy, because when I go to hit the rest of this vehicle, after doing the heavy sanding and everything, I should be able to cover up every scratch that's on this. And I've got a really good idea of how I'm going to paint this vehicle. And you know what, I'll go ahead and I'll throw up what it's going to kind of look like. What the theme that I'm going for is kind of the paint design on the Florida State Troopers, which is a gold and black look. I'll show you guys how that looks now, but I'm going to go obviously with the rugged truck bed coating instead of like a smooth high gloss black like they have. So I'm going to go ahead and finish painting off these rims. I'll show you how everything looks out in the sun when I get done, and then their next step is really just to paint this vehicle, mask everything off, and get it prepped. Alrighty, so I brought the vehicle out into the sun, the 2005 Lincoln Navigator, to kind of show you guys the rims. I got both sides done, and just want to fill you in on anything I've learned. First off, they came out amazing. You can definitely see where I oversprayed onto the tires, but I took the vehicle out on a small road trip, maybe 20 miles or so, and I wanted to show you this so that you can feel comfortable with possibly not being able to tape this off. As you can see, as you're driving, it will come off, and it comes off pretty easy. So the paint will not stick to the tires. In fact, I think on this side, just want to give you guys an idea of how it looks in case you're looking to do it. It's got a real nice sheen to it, but a flat look. It kind of has like a, it looks like rock. That's the kind of the concept behind it. It looks and feels extremely durable. Has a real hard surface to it. Feels like a rough, like almost like sandpaper, but has a nice sheen to it. But I went over to this side to kind of show you how I cleaned off this tire quite a bit. Really just by rubbing. I even took, Harbor Freight sells this set of like wire brushes, and one of them is more of like a toothbrush, but like a heavier toothbrush. And you could probably even use a toothbrush and just go around it and rub it till that paint kind of flakes off, and then you're good to go. You don't want to use anything super abrasive like a metal brush, because you don't want to rub, because the tire will scratch, and you'll see that. But I'm going to step back here so you guys can see the project vehicle. As you can see, I'm getting started on the paint and the removal of the Plasti Dip, which held up extremely well. I'm very happy with that. Came off very easily because it went on nice and thick, and then you can kind of see here. So what I'm going to be doing is the entire front of the vehicle. So we're going to be doing the whole fender, hood, whole front, including the grill, all the way down. We are getting a winch put on that. That's why that grill has been taken out. And this is where the debate comes. So I'm going to start with leaving it just the way it is on the doors with the lower panel done. And then coming up on this back panel, the quarter panel here, we're going to go across this line here. And you can see I taped off this side to kind of give you an idea of the paint's going to go below that. And so if I don't like the way that looks, I will go straight across the doors all the way down and just have the front fenders done to kind of have that same look as the Florida State Trooper SUV vehicles. And I'll put up those so you guys can see those. That's kind of the concept I'm copying. And what I want to do is along either this back bumper or maybe even put a back panel on this, the cargo, is put that reflective strip that you see on the State Trooper vehicles with the angled reflector. I kind of think that looks really neat. It gives it kind of like a fun look to it. And I like to play around with things. Sometimes I'll do it and then remove it just for fun. You know, people are going to love it, people are going to hate it, you know, people will comment, but the entire thing is just to have fun with it, give you guys some ideas, and then go with what I enjoy, what I like, and turn this into an adventurous vehicle. We are going to be getting canoes, we're going to be doing fishing, so this vehicle is going to be used a lot for what it should be used for, and it's a luxury vehicle. So it's Ford's luxury version, and they have been known to be able to be durable and long lasting, so that is why I went with this vehicle. Alright, so the next video is going to be where we get into the painting on the bumpers here. Have a great day. My name's Peter. Like, share, subscribe. If you like what you see, continue to tune into the videos because there's going to be a lot more to come.